Welcome to Geopolitical Horizon. Today we're going to first look at the coup in Myanmar. So on Monday morning, people in Myanmar and around the world woke up to the news that the military in Myanmar, led by General Min Aung Hlaing, had conducted a coup in which they arrested the president, Aung San Suu Kyi, and parliamentarians. This was basically a textbook coup d'etat because they also closed down airspace, TV, news channels, internet services, and phone services. The only TV news channel that was open was the Myawaddy news channel, which is military run, in which they proclaimed that the military had taken control of Myanmar because of irregularities, as they said, in the November election, in which the National League for Democracy, led by Aung San Suu Kyi, won in a landslide. So General Min Aung Hlaing was about to get retired this summer, but he probably felt that his position and the military's position was threatened. Therefore, they wanted to conduct this coup to maintain their strong control. The military in Myanmar also feels a strong sense of independence, despite threats from the West, from the US, of sanctions. And they know that there are countries that they do trade with, and even if the US were to impose sanctions again, as they did last time the military had control, they were still able to trade and conduct business with various countries across Asia. China, which is the second largest investor in Myanmar, with various projects as a part of the One Belt, One Road strategy, those projects will probably remain despite the coup. As we also saw, the UN Security Council was not able to pass a resolution as both Russia and China wanted to observe the developments a little more before they decided which path to take. So we're going to have to see the situation and monitor it continuously. Now let's look at the situation in Russia. So this week, yesterday, Alexei Navalny, received his prison sentence of 3.5 years, which was cut down to about 2.5 years because of his previous sentencing. But the protests across Russia have increased in force, and now thousands of people have been arrested. And across the Russian landscape, we see, increasing protests every weekend. The question is, why did, President Putin want to arrest Navalny? Because everyone knows that if President Putin had lifted his phone and taken a phone call, Navalny could have been released from prison. Probably President Putin and the security establishment want to send a signal, and also they think that they can maintain control by arresting Navalny and placing him in prison. The question is now whether or not Navalny, first of all, will become a national hero, but second of all, will the protests across Russia increase in force? And if we see increased police brutality, more violence, potentially also shootings, if we see a spiral in that direction, it remains to be seen how far this will go. But the situation in Russia is now, at least in some ways, more unstable. But despite this, Putin's regime and Putin's position is probably not threatened. He's going to stay in power, but it remains to be seen how long there is a new presidential election in Russia, estimated for March 2024. And if Navalny is released from prison in the fall of 2023, the question is, will he be able to run for that election or not? Remains to be seen. But we will also follow developments in Russia, and the situation is now a little precarious. So thank you for joining, and see you next week.